Have you ever opened your lease renewal letter and felt your stomach drop when you saw the new rent price? Maybe you're getting ready to sign your new lease, but you're worried about getting locked into a high payment. Well, here's the secret that most renters don't know: you can negotiate your rent. Whether you're living in Des Moines or thinking about moving to Des Moines, understanding how to negotiate rent can save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year. The problem is most renters don't even try. But today, I'm going to break down exactly how to approach your landlord, what to say, and when to negotiate to get the best deal possible. Stick around because step 6 will surprise you. Welcome to the channel. I'm Blake Allowell, owner of the Bravo Ridge Group. I help people navigate the real estate market, whether that's selling, buying, investing, or renting. If you're considering moving to Des Moines or already living in Des Moines, hit that like and subscribe button down below because we break everything down that you need to know about saving as much money as possible. All right, let's dive in on how to negotiate your rent like a pro. Step 1, understanding your landlord's perspective. Before we get into the strategy of negotiating, let's talk about why this even works in the first place. Many renters assume that landlords have all the power, that they set the rent and that's the end of it. But that's not true. Your landlord is running a business, and that business depends on having tenants who pay on time and take care of their property. A vacant unit costs them money. Every single month it's empty, and they're losing potential income. Between marketing the unit, paying for maintenance, and risking an unpredictable new tenant, most landlords would rather keep a good tenant than go through the hassle of finding a new one. This is where you have leverage. If you're a reliable tenant who pays on time and treats the property well, your landlord may be more willing to negotiate than you think, but you need to approach it the right way, which brings us to step 2. Do your research and know the market. You wouldn't walk into a car dealership and just accept whatever price they throw at you, right? The same principle applies to renting. You need to know what other similar properties are going for in your area. Start by checking rental websites like Zillow, apartments.com, and Rent Cafe. Look at properties with similar square footage, amenities, and location. If you find units that are renting for less than what your landlord is charging, you have a powerful bargaining tool. Another great strategy is to check the vacancy rates in your area. If there are a lot of empty rental units, landlords will be more motivated to keep you as a tenant rather than risk their unit sitting empty. On the other hand, if rental demand is high, you may have a harder time negotiating here. Step 3. Time your negotiation correctly. The when of negotiation is just as important as the how. If you wait until the last minute, when your lease renewal is already due, you might not have much leverage. Instead, start the conversation early, at least 60 to 90 days before your lease is up. This gives your landlord time to consider your request, and it also allows you time to explore other options if necessary. Another great time to negotiate: during slower rental seasons. In many cities, winter months are a slower period for landlords, meaning they're more likely to be flexible. If your lease renewal comes up this winter, you might have an easier time negotiating than it's during peak moving season in the summer. And if you're negotiating as a new tenant, you have the most leverage before signing the lease. This is when landlords are eager to fill vacancies and might be more willing to offer discounts or perks. Before we cover the final 3 steps, I ask that you hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. It is completely free and will help this video reach more people who could save some money on their rent. Step 4. How to approach the negotiation. So you've done your research, you've timed it right. Now it's time to actually have the conversation. First things first, be professional and polite. No one wants to negotiate with someone who is aggressive or entitled. Instead, frame the conversation as a win-win situation for both you and the landlord. Here's an example of how you could start. Hey John, I really enjoy living here and I'd love to renew my lease. However, I noticed that similar apartments in the area are renting for $200 less per month. I wanted to see if we could discuss adjusting my rent to something more in line with the market. This does 2 things. It shows appreciation. Landlords like tenants who actually enjoy living in their properties, and it presents data. You're not just asking for a discount, you're backing it up with real market trends. If you're signing a new lease, your approach might sound something like this. I'm very interested in this apartment, but I've seen similar units in the area for about $1,600 per month. Would you be open to adjusting the rent to something closer to that? This keeps the conversation open-ended, professional, and based on facts rather than emotions. Remember, if you choose to not renew your lease, you will have to pay a couple hundred to thousands of dollars moving to the next house, let alone the security deposits again. And the landlord will have to have the home cleaned and prepped for the next tenant. Step 5, offer something in return. Negotiation is a two-way street, and sometimes offering something in return can help seal the deal. Here are a few things that can make your offer more attractive. Signing a longer lease. Many landlords would rather lock in a good tenant for 2 years then risk a turnover after just one. Offer to pay rent early. If you can pay a few months in advance, some landlords may be willing to lower the monthly rate. Take on minor maintenance. If you're handy and willing to handle some small repairs, it could save them money and encourage a rent reduction. By showing that you're willing to compromise, you increase your chances of getting a better deal. In step 6, be ready to walk away. This is the hardest part, but sometimes the best negotiation strategy is being willing to walk away. If you've done your research and you know that other units in the area are cheaper and your landlord refuses to negotiate, it might be time to start looking elsewhere. You don't have to threaten your landlord or give ultimatums. Just keep it simple. I understand if you can't lower the rent, but I've seen a few other places that better fit my budget. I'll need to explore my options before making a final decision. If they really want to keep you, they might reconsider. And if not, you now have the knowledge and confidence to find a better deal. Just remember, you have more power than you think. Negotiating rent isn't about being pushy or demanding. It's about knowing your worth as a tenant and having a professional conversation. Most landlords expect some level of negotiation, yet most renters never even try. So to recap, number 1, understand your landlord's perspective. They want to keep a good tenant. Number 2, research the market. Know what similar properties are renting for. Number 3, time your negotiation correctly. Start early and aim for slow rental periods. Number 4, approach the conversation professionally. Use data, not emotions. Number 5, offer something in return. Find a win-win solution for both of you. And number 6, be prepared to walk away. Sometimes the best deal is elsewhere. If you're currently renting and consider moving to Des Moines or buying your first home, please feel free to reach out. I'd love to help you get the best deal. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.